Little Coke Zero ASMR to start your day. Oh yeah, you like that going down my throat, Daddy? How you guys doing? YDBT Daily Thanksgiving edition. That's right. We're out here trying to get you away from the family because we all know if your Thanksgiving started already, Puerto Ricans have Thanksgiving like at 10 a.m., right? Like Puerto Ricans like legit have Thanksgiving like there's mashed potatoes and like the only time Puerto Ricans eat like cranberry fucking sauce and like pumpkin pie and it's during Thanksgiving. Aside from that, it's arroz, habichuela, chuleta, o pollo. That's it. There's nothing else. Or garbanzo. There's never a, we don't do that shit. And we get it out of the way early so that we have the rest of the day to do whatever. So happy Thanksgiving. Hopefully you're tolerating your family because I'm sure a lot of you guys are forced to be with family members this time of year that you rather would not. I choose not to spend it with any of them because they're all pretty fucking retarded. So I'm like, yeah, I'm going to just kind of do my own thing. What did I do today? Went to the gym. That's right. It was open. Motherfucker was popping, bro. A lot of people in there. It was nice to see. Worked on the Fairmont. Found out that the socks for the pumps are clogged with some kind of material. I have no idea what it is, which I think subsequently made its way all the way to the injectors. So I replaced all the filters, and I'm about to send the injectors out to FIC to get them looked at again. And then the red car, I got some of the fuel from the Fairmont in the red car, and it subsequently did the same thing to the red car. So the red car is going to need to get the socks, filter, and injectors also cleaned up to make sure everything is kosher. So yeah, hopefully I can get that done this weekend. But before we get too off kilter talking about EV swaps, because I wanted to talk about that F100 EV swap. I found out more stuff about it that kind of made it not so cool. But we'll talk some shit with the people here. So hold on for a second. I can't believe there's that many people on Thanksgiving. I thought y'all would be like not on and I'd be talking to like 3 people, but apparently y'all on. Angel Jovel says just bumping in. Holy shit, I almost ripped this thing. That's why I put my hands behind my back because this thing is just dumb. Like real dumb. So we got YouTube Corrupt in the house, Matt Twin 11GT, JD Swag, 2 of the mods, JD and YouTube are the mods here. Matt says EV swap the Fairlane because I have one, totally have one. One low F50 says happy Thanksgiving everyone. I hope all y'all had a great day. D Rock Fox, Junior Garza, Pierre Bitchy, what a name. Abel, Joey G, we got Matt, we got Wit SVT, we got Screamin' 03. That means he's a Cobra. Jesus Christ, I did it again. That's why I put my hands behind my back, guys. Screamin' 03 is a Cobra boy. We got 661 Racing, a California boy. Garrett Salas. We got Degenerate Spurg, Juan Arturo, Shane, Matt A, Diego Flores, Israel Rios, NBA, NA Black Betty, Nestor, A10 S550, Nestor Barrios, I think that's his name, Cliff Elmore, Tyler Davis, Jose Gonzalez, who's been a member for 9 months, says happy Thanksgiving. Yonce 50, El Boss, underrated, Josh Roy, Jesus Perez, Jared Wells, Mr. Get Catfished himself. We Edgar Sanchez and a bunch of other people, and we got a couple of paid chats. A guy said, channel support Bitcho, I appreciate everything you do. Happy Thanksgiving from a psycho living in Orlando. Oh my god, living in Orlando has to be the most depressing fucking thing on the planet. Imagine you live in a city that every fucking thing is Mickey fucking Mouse. Every single little thing that's going on in Orlando is Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse, Mickey Mouse. There's Mickey Mouse on the corner. Mickey Mouse is flipping cash for gold signs. Mickey Mouse is all over the motherfucker. And you're just like, why in the fuck is Mickey so prevalent all over the place? Like, it's totally ridiculous, the amount of Mickey Mouse bullshit that is in Orlando. And then there's no real culture in Orlando. It's becoming like a Houston where it's nothing but warehouses. It's becoming warehouses. So if you don't go to Kissimmee, Kissimmee, everyone in Kissimmee is Puerto Rican and they all work in Disney World. So it's like everything is Disney World in that motherfucker. Like, I could not imagine living there. It's just total shit show. No, thank you. I'll pass living there 100 out of 100 times. I visited my brother there, and I'm like, fuck this place. This place is no good. Hope you got rid of that piece of shit robot phone you got. So 661 Racing started blaming me because I sent him some video with my Galaxy S21 Ultra, badass fucking phone. And he's like, hey, your phone's fucked up. I'm like, no, it's your shit ass iPhone. I guarantee it. He goes, no, it sounds like a robot. I'm like, restart your phone. He restarts his phone. everything is fine. Fuck iPhones. iPhones can suck my fat dick. They're the biggest pieces of shit ever made, and you guys are just like, for whatever reason, in a cult, and you don't understand that that thing is a fucking fraud. It's a complete piece of trash, and you guys swear to God it's the best thing ever made, and you've never, ever... Imagine thinking you have the best thing on the planet, and you never tried its competitor. Ever. Imagine you being a reviewer. Channel support says Robo Style. And we got Driven Lifestyle says, let's go, Alex. School in the Mustang community today. I heard a loud-ass Mustang from 2 blocks away. And the dude was just cruising, making so much freaking noise. It was straight pipe happy turkey day. Look, do you know how many times I've seen people ask for burble, snap, crackle, pop tunes? Like, I've heard so many people ask for burble, snap, crackle, pop tunes. And after hearing them, like on BMWs and hearing them on all these cars, I'm like, why in the hell would you ever want to be seen, heard, or anywhere near some tune that let off the gas and it pops, bangs, burbles, and literally makes your car sound like shit because you want attention? The same reason people buy a Harley. Harley's a complete fucking trash fucking bike, right? Piece of shit, junk. It's for short dick motherfuckers that think they're in a gang and they want to be noticed. And I'm like, really, dude? Really? You don't want just a nice, smooth cruising bike that fucking gets it? Nope. I want a loud piece of shit that leaks oil every fucking light. Piece of shit. They suck. Fuck you. If you have an iPhone and a Harley, you should just drink bleach right now. The Galaxy flip phone is pretty dope. Thoughts on Walbro fuel pumps? Good, bad, indifferent? Indifferent. Never owned a Ford, but I respect you because you're straight up and honest and don't give a crap about what people think. I'm a subscriber. Follow your channels. Thank you, Driven Lifestyle. So today I wanted to talk about EV swaps. So I was talking to Jake. Jake and I get together a couple of times a week, and we just kind of like catch up on each other's lives, see what's going on, all this bullshit. And we started talking about this truck. I said, hey, what do you think about the illuminator swapped, truck that was at SEMA? He goes, it's not illuminator swapped. They basically made a custom frame and body to go over a Mach-E. And I said, no way. He goes, yep. I go, so it's not a F100 engine bay. He goes, not really. It's a Mach-E GT with basically a Ford body on it. And they made custom frames so that they can accommodate the Ford F100 body on the F100 body on the Mach-E frame or on the Mach-E drivetrain. And I went, okay, still impressive, but it's not a swap. God damn it. It's basically, imagine taking a GT500, a modern GT500, which someone did, and making a Eleanor style body 60s Mustang fit onto a S197 GT500, like an '07 GT500. And then you basically take the skin off the bitch and then you fucking put the body of a 60s Eleanor style Mustang on it. Very difficult, very hard, but it's more of a body swap. And then after looking at this thing closer, yeah, the whole thing is a Mach-E GT with, it's a look at it. There's nothing F100 about this, right? So I said, okay, so it's a Mach-E GT with an F100 body. So I said, it'd be cooler if it was an actual F100 with an illuminator swap, and then we could see what in the real world a swap would look like. Now, I'm not trying to discount the difficulty and the engineering that went into this, but it's not a swap, right? Like when I think swap, I think F100 body, put electric motors in a battery pack somewhere in the bed or whatever, and then get an illuminator from Ford, put it on with the Ford control pack, and then make it work. Well, that truck is not that. That truck is a body on frame project, like Diego Flores said. So why don't you show us what a swap would look like? This is why, in my opinion. It would look really nasty, right? There'd be a whole battery pack like in the bed, right? Like a whole fucking battery pack in the bed. When you use the Mach-E drivetrain, the batteries are in the frame, basically. The frame kind of is the battery pack. the fact that it's all-wheel drive, I mean, I went, okay, so it's all-wheel drive, so that means you didn't swap anything into anything. You basically took Mach-E GT F100 body with a custom frame and made it all work. It made it really pretty. It does not constitute what a swap would be. But then I started thinking, can that be viable, right? Can that become a business where you basically have the skateboard, right? The bottom half, motors, battery packs, and then steering wheel, everything but the actual body of the Mach-E GT itself. What would Ford charge for that so that you can then drop your body on it, whether it be a notch, whether it be a S550, blah, 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 blah. I think it'd be way expensive. I think you'd be into the 6 figures or high 5 figures to make that happen. So, okay, so if I wanted to EV swap the red car, that means motor is gone, trans is gone, but it's a roller. So I have to find somewhere to put all these batteries. And in the Mach-E GT, it's like on the frame. And in the Mustang S550, it'd have to be like in the trunk or in the backseat and the trunk, making it super not balanced in terms of weight bias. It'll be mostly in the back, but I would want a all-wheel drive electric motor swap vehicle. Then I'd throw the illuminator in the front. And what would that look like? It would probably look like a mess. So I'm sure Ford said, well, if you want to highlight illuminator swaps, we're definitely not going to show a car that's illuminator swapped in our booth. Well, why the fuck not? Why the fuck not? I'm blown away as to how people do things, and they see this truck and they go, illuminator swapped. And then you buy 2 illuminator motors and then the battery pack, and you're like, holy shit, this is going to be a big deal, like a huge deal. It's not just throw it on, put some wheels on it, stick the motor somewhere and things going to be kosher. What they did was not a swap. Now, would that be viable like as a business model? Selling the skateboard, meaning the rolling powertrain, right? The rolling powertrain, and then you put your body on it. That'd be kind of cool, right? Like a reskinned, or imagine a Mach-E GT and you have I don't want to say adjustable wheelbase because that's weird, but then you end up being able to throw a notch body on it, or a S197 body on it, or a S550 body on it. I don't know how that would work. I don't know if it'd be interchangeable, but after Jake telling me that truck isn't illuminator swapped, I was really dismayed about the whole setup. I went, not that it's not cool, it's just not a swap. And if they actually started selling rolling drivetrains that are, configurable, I think that would be cool, but the money's not there. And let's be honest, how many people actually want electric vehicles? Like, I don't want a notch that's electric, right? I don't want a Capri that's electric. I don't want a Fairlane that's electric. I don't want any of that. Like, I don't desire that. But it's almost like the government saying, no, you better get that or fuck you. And you don't have the option. I do like the technology. I do love the fact that Tesla has, pretty much shown what you can do with these cars, and Rivian and all those other companies. But the fact that they're forcing it down your throat makes me push back against it, because I don't know, at the end of the day, I don't think that's something that should be forced on people, So as long as there's going to be small block Fords, as long as there's going to be carburetors, as long as there's going to be fuel available, people are going to just opt to have a ICE car, and that doesn't meet any emissions requirements like the Fairmont. The reason I'm going backwards with the Fairmont is so that I am away from all of the electronic bullshit, emissions bullshit, because anytime you have a modern engine in an old vehicle, like in California or in Massachusetts, what they do is this. They say, let's say you were to put a modern Mustang drivetrain Coyote swap into a Crown Vic, right? Does that still does it have to pass emissions for the VIN or for the whatever they plug in? So when you plug in, it's a Ford Racing Control Pack without a VIN number. And people are going to go, wait a minute, the inspection station is going to go, well, there's no VIN number on this thing. But the VIN number on the dash says this, but when I plug into the OBD2 port, this shows no VIN number. It shows Ford Racing Control Pack. So depending on the state law, what emissions requirements are beholden to this vehicle? I said, you know what? I don't care. This car came with a carbureted straight 6. I'm going to put a carbureted motor back in it so that I'm away from that stuff, or some standalone bullshit. Nothing that has to do with Ford racing or VIN numbers or an OBD2 port. None of that bullshit. No, thank you. Mr. Mustang says, happy Thanksgiving, Alex. And RoboStyle gave me some channel support. Thank you very much. Michael Murr says, not me. I don't want anything electric. Yeah, I'm kind of getting there. I love the technology. I love the I keep hitting this thing. I love the speed. I love the torque. I love all that stuff. But at the end of the day, I don't like the mandate, the fact that they're shoving it down your throat as if to say, get this or else. A cheap electric grocery getter would be fine for me. Yeah, like a Model 3 Performance. That's not cheap, but a Model 3 Performance really, really catches my eye as a daily grocery getter getting around town, because I don't leave Palm Beach County that much, and if I do, it's in the truck. If it was about the same cost as a good Coyote swap, I'd EV swap my Fox in a heartbeat. Yeah, if you're not a racer and if you're not into racing and you want 500 pound-feet of torque or more, or 600, that's gonna feel real nice in a Fox. Would be hard to do a unibody vehicles, but a truck or a large vehicle could be doable, but big money. Exactly, absolutely big money. And I understand about the unibody vehicle. Elon Musk is from Mad at Gas Car. Interesting. That's a funny play at words, but he's actually from South Africa. Is Madagascar? JD Swag says body swapping is expensive, as well as we all know that detailing is a shitload of money. That detailing is a shitload of money. Absolutely. That was like a factory project. Some people are on the payroll. Ford's like, all right, engineers, here you go. I'm not going to pay you anything fucking extra. This is just your project for SEMA. And you're like, it's not really an EV swap. It's a body swap. Alex, what about an older Model S over the 3 Performance? So the problem I have with that is the age of the vehicle. The older Model S P100D, were they 10-second cars? I know that the Model 3 Performance is a 11 or 12-second car, but isn't one of them like a... No, I think the Model S P100D, the old school one, used, is a 10-second car, if I'm not mistaken. Fast car. Thanks for being on today, brother. Really needed a break, German G. Yeah, I mean, look, I know a lot of you guys want just to bro out and talk shit about cars, and you're probably right now with your family, and they don't talk cars. They don't talk anything. They're talking about kids. Could you imagine going to your family and talking about fucking kids, and someone just had a newborn and you got to give a fuck about this fucking kid that's just shitting his pants all the time, and you're like, I don't give a fuck about this kid. I don't even like half of you people here. I just want to talk car shit. So I said, let me get on Thanksgiving, and people will appreciate that. Have you ever thought about buying a Vet? No, like nothing in my body makes me want to buy a Corvette. Nothing in my soul makes me go, I'd like to buy a Corvette. I don't like how I feel in them. I don't love how they look. The C8 is badass, but I still wouldn't find a need for it. Like I'd have to justify a Corvette, and I can't justify one right now. I can barely justify the truck. I had a conversation with Jake yesterday. I said, Jake, do you want to put a turbo kit in this truck? He's like, don't you want to put a turbo kit in this truck? I'm like, only if we're going to promote it. So he's like, So I'm like, yeah, we got to talk about that. By the way, shout out to 4 Innovations. 4 Innovations got a fuel system for the truck. Bro, shout out to you guys. And Beefcake Racing made it happen. Beefcake Racing, shout out to you. They ended up talking to 4 Innovations. 4 Innovations got me hooked up with a fuel system. I guess they've noticed, and so has Beefcake. Noticed that all I do is mention them all the time, and then I never ask for anything, but I think Beefcake put in a good word, and they provided a fuel system on the house. I appreciate that very much. It's going to go in the truck once the turbo kit or whatever, because I got to talk to Jake about that situation. I'm going to say, so Jake, what are we going to do? Because if you're not really down to sell this kit like a lot, like really push it, then why would it end up in my truck? Now, do I want it? Yes. But if Vortec came out with a kit, I'd probably want that too. So it all depends on who is going to do it first. I'm done hating on the EVs. My bolt-on Gen 2 got sauced by a Mach-E and a Tesla Y model. Yes, you did. Kyle King, local guy here, he tried to catch me sleeping, but Red Car had something for him. But on a dig, that is going to be a different story. On a dig, I think Kyle King's Mach-E will get me into the 8th. no problem. But then after that, depending on how far we go, I think I got them pretty easily on the street. I'm in Mass General recovering from a bone marrow transplant. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hey, Robbie DeRocher, bone marrow. That's serious stuff, bro. Hopefully you pull through, man. Mass General Hospital, there's a couple of them. Are you on the one near the Charles River? Like there's a eye center, and then I used to work at the one near the Charles River, close to, that's not 95, is it? Is it 95? No, it's not 95. It's nowhere near. But it was on the Charles River. I used to go there. I fucking hated going there. Fuck that job. God damn it, I hated going there. That whole area is shit to me, man. Someone says sell the truck. I don't need to sell the truck. If I just got a 4 Innovations fuel system for it, it'd be pretty shitty if I sold the truck, right? I'm going to get a power adder, go run a number, then sell it. Hey, BHO, just dropping in to wish you a happy Thanksgiving. Leave it to Beaner in the house. What do you think about the 370Z? You know, Nissan, I don't care about Nissan at all. I don't give two shits about Nissan. I look at a 370Z. I don't think it's cool. I don't like it. I don't like how it looks. I don't like how it sounds. There's nothing sexy to me about that. You know what turns me on? A fucking CTS V3. I look at that and I go, that's a bad fucking bitch, right? I don't look at a 370Z and go, ooh, I'd love that. That's like a Ricer, like when you graduate Ricer University, you buy a 370Z. I'm good. Thank you. Cambridge Street. Thank you, Robbie DeRocher. 93. There it is. 93 and 128. The same thing. And yeah, so near the Charles River. Hope get better, brother. Happy Thanksgiving to all Camaro haters, says Mario Lamas. Yo, Alex, I'm debating right now a Roush kit or a Vortex for a 14 manual. What would you go with, a Roush kit? Not to say anything bad about Vortex, but a manual Gen 1 TVS car just feels good. Just feels fucking badass. If you want to get serious, I'm saying make 700 and up with a centrifugal, I would be on E85, but that Gen 1 motor doesn't like it. If you asked me on Gen 2, I'd still, if it was Gen 2, it'd be a toss-up. If you were like, hey, Alex, I got a Gen 2 Mustang manual. I got a chance to get a TVS 2650 or a Vortec or Paxton. I would opt for the Paxton at that point or Vortec because it just keeps making power the higher RPM you go. But what do you think about the new GTR that's going to come out? Will it integrate the, I don't, guys, Ford. I am not a general automotive person, and I'm not going to try to fake like I give a shit about Corvette, 370Z, Nissan GTR. I am generally a Ford guy, and I'm not going to try to fake it till I make it by giving you general automotive bullshit. I specialize in what I know, and that is Ford shit. Everything else could suck the fat bitch. Oh, no, thank you. F-150 says, hey, yo. And Kyle Wren says, I'm trying to build a fun Gen 1 that is reliable at 800 and can do 1,000. What? So you need a turbo Gen 1 built motor. I won't be racing it. Is it worth getting Gen 2 heads, or I can do it stock? Gen 2 heads. It would help getting Gen 2 heads or boss heads if you can find some boss heads. Gen 2 heads or boss heads are worth it in my opinion, but a fun Gen 1, that means you want a sleeved, again, sleeved, because at 1,000, that's going to require 20 pounds of boost or so from a turbo kit and over 20 for a supercharger. So you're going to need a sleeved rods, pistons, bottom end Gen 1 with Gen 2 heads and potentially cams to make 1,000 easier. Watch the Throttle House video they did on the 2005 Ford GT. Wow, what a driver's car. If you're truly a purist, getting to drive that car is a dream of mine. No EV could replicate the experience, says Michael Merck. Senior has driven that car. Senior drove a 8 or 900 horsepower Whipple 5 liter or whatever the fuck, 4 liter or 3 liter Ford GT. He goes, that thing on the Alex, he was in Alpine, Texas. I guess a whole bunch of rich guys go to Alpine and just like shut down the whole fucking area. And they just do 200-mile runs on the highway, like legally. And he goes, Alex, the blue flame out of the back of that fucking thing, because it was running C16, was like this the whole time at Watt. And the GT350, listen, the GT350 with a Whipple beat it. Sorry, that technology is just outdated. So no Mercuries. Alex, Honda or 2020 Mustang GT? What Honda? I mean, to race? Yeah, no. I mean, look, I don't love Gen 3 Mustangs. I don't love Gen 3 Mustangs. I think the best generation Mustang was the last one was Gen 2. Gen 3, it's fast and powerful, but full of issues. So if someone was to build a race car from scratch, I'd say a Gen 2 or a Gen 2 based Mustang is the way to go. If you don't mind blowing up junkyard motors and replacing them, then go LS. If you want something bulletproof below 800, Gen 2 Coyote. Yeah, that's a pretty good statement. People would say, well, if you get an LS3, there's okay, cool, but you got to get cam, heads, blah, 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 blah. You just get a Gen 2 Coyote with boost and fuel and you're good. Do centrifugal superchargers knock on automatic vehicles or on the shift or just manual cars? Just manual cars. I've only seen the knock sensors peg on manual equipped centrifugals. Automatics, for some reason, just don't. Ford only means boring mindset, whatever the hell that means. Alex Tercero, which means third. Best reliable power adder for the streets, 14 MTD2 car, something in the 600 range, anything. Shit is so vetted on that car. You could get a Whipple Gen 3 with a front feed. You can get a TVS or Roush blower. Any centrifugal, it's going to be reliable and good because it's been just figured out. It's all about how you want the power to come in. This has been covered 5,000 times on this channel. Leave It to Beaner says 13 and 14 GT500s are great, but you need 373s or shorter to really wake that car up because it was built to go top speed and to avoid the gas guzzler tax. Yes, first being a 266 first gear and a 331 axle is trash on the 13, 14 GT500s. Happy Thanksgiving, Alex, says Shark Mall. Thank you, sir. Rick Young Jr. says, let's go, Brandon. Let's go, Brandon, indeed. Do I need a tune for a catalytic converter delete? Can you tune it? What? He's not being serious, right? Mike J, you're not being serious, right? Do I need a tune for catalytic converter delete? Sure, Mr. EPA agent. Sure, Mr. EPA agent. The fuck out of here. Fuck out of here. And Zane in the house says happy birthday. I mean, happy birthday. Happy Thanksgiving, peasants or pheasants. Hopefully you're doing well, brother. Leave Sabina says, I own a 13 GT500. Best thing I did was change the ring and pin. You got to get 373s or 410s if you're going to put a 28-inch tire on it. You're gonna love it. Nope, never seen knock on an A10 Vortec car, says Michael Merck. Happy eat till you sleep day. Wonder how much longer 6R80 clutch shortage will go for. I don't know. I know that Bando makes clutches, McLeod or whatever, and there's a Ray Bestis. I think some suppliers are still providing them. It's just a matter of like finding the right ones that work. I know that Jake didn't recommend a certain one, but I had to have to get clarity on that as to why. Admiral Peck says, hey, Alex, stupid question. I know that. It's from you. He says, but what's the most power you've ever seen through a stock converter? I'm guessing it was a Whipple 350 or something. Stock catalytic converters? Wow. So the red car, the one I own, made like 800. This one made like 800 when VMP used to fuck with it. Then I bought it from them and got totally hosed on that situation. Through catalytic converters. I'm trying to think. Honestly, at about 800, I really start to worry because you have to keep catalytic converter protection active. So that means your car will go from 0.77 to 0.79 lambda at watt to like 0.70. And the amount of injector and fuel pump you'll need to keep the catalytic converters cool with E85, you need like a triple hat, and like a 1300 injector to provide enough fuel to sustain catalytic converter protection on a car like over 800 horsepower, in my opinion. 350s don't come in automatic, exactly. Seen an undercover EPA agent asking why Lund can't just turn off CEL for headers on Facebook. Really? Really? Where that can you send the link? I'd love to see that. He's gonna request Alex as a tuner. I just got my cars delete. Can I get a revised tune? Exactly. Every single time they say that, I get that in the tuning queue all the time, guys. I get a guy saying, hey guys, I deleted my catalytic converters, and they say it very they spell it out. Hello guys, I removed and deleted my catalytic converters, and I would like a tune to accommodate that. And my answer goes, no tune needed. You will have a check engine light because you're missing your cats and we cannot disable any emissions components. Why not? because it's an emissions component, and we are EPA compliant, and we do not shut off any sensors or remove any lights having to do with the removal of emissions components, EVAP included. And they get a little bent, and they're like, "Whoa, so I'm gonna have a light on my brand new car forever?" Yup, stupid. Sorry. What can I do? Drive it. It's not gonna drive badly. Thank you, Ford, for that. Thank Ford for being able to remove emissions equipment and the car still perform with no issue. Ford, EPA, don't hit us up. E85 carburetor car possible? Absolutely. Abso-freaking-lutely. Finally done buying parts for now. I'm thankful for all my haters, says a horse named Dollar, but no one knows you. Stop it. No one knows you to hate you. Do you tune many direct port nitrous centrifugal supercharger setups? Thinking about adding a Paxton to my nitrous setup. Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't do any direct port nitrous Paxton setups, okay? Just shove a Paxton in it, throw E85 in it, pulley down, and make the power. Cut the shit with the nitrous. So what difference does high flow cats make? Have you ever seen one hurt aftermarket? Oh, yeah. I've seen aftermarket cats dissolve way faster than a factory cat. A factory catalytic converter is made way better than any aftermarket cat, except the GESI or GESI catalytic converters. I've seen cars make 1,000 through catalytic converters when they're equipped with that catalytic converter, GESI. Look it up, Google it. Don't ask me to get into it because I've talked about it a million times. Sorry for repeated questions, but trying to plan out exactly what to buy and plan the build. Always appreciate the help, Alex, says Kyle Wren. You got it, brother. I'm thankful for any of my haters. Bought a 4 fuel system from Beefcake yesterday. Good. Look, Beefcake, in my opinion, is the site you go to because anytime I want to reference parts or anything, he spent the money on that website. Like, it's easy to navigate, navigatable. It's easy to navigate. The search box works really well, whereas most websites, you type in the search box and it like doesn't know what the fuck you're trying to do. It's crazy. They say the whole word like some government nerd. Exactly. Nobody knows you to hate you. Yeah, like people go, shout out to all my haters. I'm like, no one knows you. Yo, can you tune for my Cadillac converter delete? IMRC not considered emissions, correct? It's really not. I mean, technically, it's more of a torque thing and an idle control, but in terms of like emissions component, I don't think that's an emissions component. It's not going to affect it whether they're open or closed. It just affects fuel economy, if anything. What up? Almost missed the show, says Rich50. People are stupid asking them questions. Just drink Drano. I removed the EPA required catalytic converters to increase the emissions on my vehicle. Could you please use your defeat device to turn off the check engine light and pass emissions tests, please? Matt 2011 GT, that's exactly how they word it. I'm not kidding. That's almost word for word how I need to pass emissions. Hey, my tune doesn't pass emissions. What do you mean your tune doesn't pass emissions? I go there and I get not readies and I'm like, okay, what's done to your car? Long tube headers, cat delete, dumps. I'm like, all right, well, you're not going to pass emissions without cats. What do you mean? I got a tune. I'm like, the tune doesn't mean you pass emissions without cats. Even back in the day, which I'm still befuddled by, you can't, at no point could you have passed a proper emissions test with any tune that was sent by Lund. It would be like not supported or it would throw a code. And you'd be like, so when people say defeat devices, like Volkswagen had a defeat device, the car would literally run dirtier and get worse miles per gallon out in the streets. But the moment you plugged into the OBD2 port, it changed some of the programming and it ran clean. That is a defeat device, 100% in the programming. Lund Racing has never sold or anything a defeat device. Even SET, they had rear O2 delete. That is not an emissions defeat. All that does is turn off the light. When you go try to get inspected and you plug into the OBD2 port and you enable that through a tuner, it's not going to pass inspection or emissions. It's going to fail. So it's the whole defeat device argument is null and void, but you'd have to get a judge or a lawyer that understands that, but they don't. Hell, did you guys remember, the Kyle Rittenhouse case? It was pretty funny. After the case was over, he divulged that the first set of lawyers he had basically wanted to try his case as a gun rights case. And he's like, no, this is a self-defense case. And they kept him in jail because they said he was safer there. Totally bad advice. Awful advice. Once he got over to a new set of lawyers, they're like, yo, go home. We got this. It's self-defense. There's a ton of video. You're good. They understood. In our case, or in the industry's case, PFI Speed and everyone else that's been advocates for, the RPM Act, you have to get a lawyer that understands this explicitly, like really, really gets what's happening. And only then will you have a little bit of a shot to defeat. Look, we're not going to win. I'm going to be honest with you. We're not going to win. The government has made a point of saying, fuck you, we're going after you. ICE vehicles are going to be gone. What can happen is another case can defang. There is a couple agricultural cases and Virginia stuff cases. Well, it'll defang the EPA in a massive way, because the RPM Act to me is a good start. But I think at the end of the day, industry, billions of dollars with backing and money can really go in there and defang and defund the EPA, in my opinion, unless we get a lawyer and someone that has millions and millions of dollars and is willing to, die on the cross to save the industry. I just don't know if it's going to happen. Ken McAllister, rear sensors turned off equals monitors not ready equals failed emissions. I'm going to pin that comment, brother, because people don't get that. People do not get that. They think that we can make a car pass when it doesn't have emissions components. If anything, we highlight that it is not emissions compliant and you have to fix it. Sorry, people have it really fucked up. Terry has always treated me good, says Michael Merck. Traffic was crazy today. All I seen was kids stupid driving. There is no traffic in West Palm Beach. I took the red car out for a drive to drain some of the fuel, and it was fine. No one on the streets. I've always trusted Terry Reeves because he's a racer that sells parts, not just someone who sells parts and presents to be a racer. Oof! Aren't you 100% on the money with that? So putting black tape on to cover the CEL, a defeat device, right? You're defeating knowing that your car has a check engine light. A new COVID variant on the way. People get ready. Yeah, I so don't care. I so don't care. There was a COVID map, and it was like the transmissibility of the of the states in the last 14 days, and it was fucking hilarious. Let me see. Let me expand it. I want to see the whole map. And I was like, okay, so what the fuck is happening in the United Kingdom? Like, what the fuck is happening in the United Kingdom? So if you're one of those psychos that think Florida is like ground zero for COVID, right? But the shutdown states, Pennsylvania, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, the North stuff, California, have more cases than Florida does, then there's your huckleberry, brother. There's yours. Total cases 1929, and then total cases 72 in the last 14 days. How about Pennsylvania? Pennsylvania's a fucking shithole. Like, how dare you live in Pennsylvania? It's fucking shit, bro. God damn it, I can't see shit. This map is the worst. What? That's the United States. I want to see Pennsylvania. Fucking shithole. I can't see a goddamn thing. What a shitty interactive map. What a shit ass map, dude. Pennsylvania in the last 2 fucking weeks, 96,000. How about New York? 88,000 New York. 35,000 in Massachusetts. And let's talk about Florida. You know, the one that is killing everybody, the state that's killing everybody. 19,929. Fuck odd. Get the fuck out of here. Love you, Governor DeSantis. You know what the fuck you're doing. Keep it going. Fucking dumb motherfuckers out there. Saw a video of you guys in the morning from a young gentleman with the gray car. Sick stuff, brother, says Sabina Guzman. Get duct tape to cover the check engine light. How's the family? Happy Thanksgiving, says Coyote Kelly. And happy Thanksgiving, Perrito, says George Figueroa. Got it. Is there anything exciting coming from Ford to make this muscle guys happy? I'm hanging on to my S550 for a long time. No. They're going to try to make the Raptor, the Velociraptor, whatever the fuck they call it, the Raptor with the 5.2 motor something, but Dodge just basically whipped its dick out, spit on it, and slid it into Ford's ass, bro. It said with the TRX. They were like, you know that sound it makes when you fuck it from the back? Fuck your Raptor. TRX is going 9s, bro. Guys got them shits going 9. Thing weighs like 8,000 pounds. I don't wear any mask anywhere. I haven't gotten COVID in my college. Told me I can't go back to school and since I'm not vaccinated. There you go. Fuck it. Move to Florida. They outlawed mandates here. So did Second Shift Racing behave yesterday? Haven't caught their show yet. What? Did you mean Mexico Racing League? You mean Mexico Racing League. I don't wear a mask. I already got that. Hit F11 to go into full screen mode. I'm good. Doesn't matter. I'm still holding my vein. Hope the triples. Whatever. He's just talking about some dumb shit. I saw an article today. It showed the North has way more cases rising, dipping in the southern U.S. Just came in to drop a like. I'll catch the reply tomorrow. Ahmed says, I just came back from Pennsylvania. They literally still require masks. I just keep getting yelled at for not having masks. I'm not leaving. I'm not fucking leaving. I am not leaving fucking Florida. Everywhere else is super fucked up. Let me see. Little man is scratching at the door. See what his deal is. What you want, little man? Let me yell in here for a little bit, brother. He's just scratching at the door. He's just going to come in here and shit on the rug. I know that motherfucker. He's an asshole. I'll take him out later. We got about 20 minutes left. I'm going to do an hour show today. Flores, which is better for 373 NA roll? Look, if you're asking which is better for roll racing gears, I'm the wrong guy. Roll racing is fucking gay. And if you're asking which gear ratio is better for roll racing, I'm not that show. This isn't that show. I had a guy literally tell me, Alex, which are the best settings on my Vikings to roll race in? And I said, your Vikings aren't doing shit in a roll racing fashion. Well, what should I set them to? You're roll racing. They're not doing any work. Well, what should I do? I'm spinning. Put 100 pounds in the trunk. He put 100 pounds in the trunk and the thing went fine. So when people go, what's the best gear ratio for roll racing? Shut up. Stop roll racing. Stupid. Roll racing. Roll racing. Motherfuckers are going to buy shocks for roll racing? Anti-lag for roll racing? Where the fuck are we? Man, that's some gay shit. I'm telling you, man, that roll... Setting your car up to roll race, unless it's a 2,500 horse sequential shifted Viper, I don't give a fuck what you got. I don't care about roll racing unless you have Billy bad ass shit. Digs only. Fucking roll racing. What's the best shock settings for roll racing? 0-0. What? Yeah, it doesn't matter. Let that bitch squat, put some weight in the back. They're gonna be happy as fuck. No, asking about wheel size is 15 or 18. What the fuck does that matter? What the fuck does the size of the wheel matter in roll racing? I've seen motherfuckers roll race with 20s. What does the fucking wheel size matter for roll racing? Tell me, why would an 18-inch tire be better on a roll than a 15-inch tire? Tell me. Why? What's the math? What's the science behind that? He's going to say, I don't know, man. I was just asking. You can't just sit there on a chair and think. Like, people don't think anymore. You can't just sit there in a chair and think. If I got a 15-inch tire, that's the 275 60/15. It's 28 inches around. If it's a 17-inch 305 45 17, it's 27.8 or 28 inches. If it's a 305 45 305 35 20, it's 28 inches in diameter. What the fuck does the fucking wheel size have to do with it? 15-inch less rotational mass than an 18. Here we go with some dumb fucking logic. You're already rolling. It doesn't matter. You're already rolling. No, but it takes less than... Like, you're already rolling. Roll racers are the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. You know how you set up a roll race car? Exactly like you set up a drag car. You set up a roll race car exactly like you set up a drag car. Big tires in the back because you want grip. Little tires in the front for less friction on the road. And weight. And pray the motherfucker hooks. When you put a stick in the Fairlane, how do you plan on making it a shifter since it has a bench seat? Do you think a longer shifter may cause problems? I don't think so. I'll figure it out. I'm not really worried about the shifter location. But thank you for that. Hood delete tune is best for roll racing. Yeah. Like roll racers, this is the best way to roll race. Take your hood off. Buy bead locks on 17s for your 490 rear wheel horsepower car. And I swear to God, there are people with bead locks that only roll race. There are people with bead locks that only roll race. Why the fuck do you have bead locks on it if you only roll race? In case your 490 rear wheel horsepower 10R80 car spins the wheel inside the tire? Whoa. You a fucking clown, bro. God damn it. Lighter wheels might make a difference on Mars. Do I need a different tune for different size wheels? Asking for a friend on Gen 1 for the different tire diameter. Yes, for Gen 1. Just get a good tire compound and call it a day. No need to nuke it. He just gave you a dislike. Give me a dislike. You fucking stupid questions, bro. Shit. We got 201 likes and 181 viewers. Mathematically impossible. I love it. He's doing a 100 roll. If you're roll racing, I mean, exactly. I wish people dig raced in my area. They only do 60 to 130. Why 130? So those are low horsepower guys, right? Like Jake asked me yesterday, Alex, if we do a roll in the white car versus the truck. I go, okay. He goes, what do we run to? I go, 160? He's like, 160? I go, don't you make 1,000 horsepower? You'll get to 160 pretty quick. Yeah, but 160. 130 rolls, like 60 to 130. As for slow guys, it takes a really long time to get to 130. There are a bunch of any cars in Texas with bead locks that only roll race. Bro, if you only roll race and you got bead locks in your shit, mátate, cabrón. Drive up against a wall, bro. I mean, fuck you. Bead locks for a roll car. People like roll racing until they get car impounded for racing a river. Okay. Bingo says with SVT, I run a 15-inch wheel in the 305 5515 with skinnies, and I run the same setup for roll racing that I do at the track. Exactly. You set up a roll race car exactly like you set up a drag car. There's nothing special or different, except you don't have to worry about suspension, really. B-locks on roll racing cars are just for clout. What kind of clout? Alex likes are like Democrat votes. Alex's likes are like Democrat votes. Yes, mathematically impossible. 60 to 130 is what draggy logs, so that's what everyone likes. Oof, that's so terrible. That is so. They also log 100 to 150, and I think they log to 200. So keep going. Roll racing boosted versus roll racing NA equally gay. Look, if you have a badass Viper, badass Corvette, super badass, clean with, nice wheels and everything, but the thing makes 1,000 and you don't care about dig racing, you just want to do roll stuff, that I get. But if you, let's say a 1,500 horse Viper and up, Billy badass GTRs, high-end Corvettes, I get that. I get why those cars would want to roll race, right? They're not really looking to do digs when they're, they just want to stunt. They got nice wheels. The cars look good. They show out. They do good at the car show. They also do good on rolls. I get that. But I don't get an over the fucking radiator intake, no hood having, bead lock welds in the rears and VMSs in the front. That's my favorite setup. Every time I see bead locked welds in the rear and VMSs in the front, I know you're poor as fucking shit. You probably saved for months for the welds because they got bead locks, because VMS doesn't have bead locks. And then you went cheap on the front skinnies because, you know, you didn't want to spend the money or you didn't care, not knowing that you're literally announcing to the world you're poor. Not only are you removing the hood of your shit, wait a minute, you have an over the radiator intake. So it's sucking air from the front grill or under the car. Why the fuck is the hood off? Why is the hood off if the air is being sucked in from the bottom or the grill? Why isn't the fucking nose off? Why isn't the grill off? Why aren't the doors off? Fuck carbon doors. Let's get rid of the doors altogether. Let's de-skin the car. Oh, that's stupid, Alex. That's stupid, but you're taking the hood off? Come on. Come on. Come on. Clown. Payaso. Alex, has Ford went woke? Trump says it's best. Trump says it best. Everything woke turns to shit. It's true. I think Ford is playing nice with the government. And even Tesla, when you talk to, like when you see Elon Musk talk, he's like, this administration is not friendly. Like they had an EV summit and they didn't invite Tesla. Think about that. The leading electric car manufacturer in the world was not invited to an EV summit. Ford, Dodge, and Chevy were, but not Tesla, right? So they're playing nice because the government dictates what happens in that setup. I think Tesla eventually will just, boy, they're smart. They build cars where they sell cars, right? So the cars built in the US are sold in the US. They have a China plant, they have a Europe plant, and they're going to have plants all over the place. So they basically make the cars where they sell them, similar to Ford. But at the end of the day, bro, it's going to be difficult for Ford, Chevy, and Dodge to not kiss ass to the administration. Remember when Ford was going to bring a plant to Mexico and Trump says, fuck you. If you bring that plant to Mexico, we're going to take away certain subsidies or tax breaks or whatever. And all of a sudden, they brought the jobs back to Michigan. And he was like, ain't that some shit? But you don't like mean tweets. When some questions give you an itch on the roof of your mouth, that's only a shotgun. That only a shotgun could scratch. No hood, no beadlocks, over the radiator intake, dumps and gutted, aka every Houston grudge car. That's why I had to get the fuck out of there. I had to get the fuck out of there because they're not my people. I made great friends there, like Omar Garza, Mr. Jackson. I made, not really like super friends with many people there, but I made good connections. Manuel Gomez, we got the Mexico Racing League guys, Brian Luna, Aldo, all those guys, great people. But the people that raced are fucking clowns, and I had to get the fuck out of there. It's just not my people. I wonder what's the COVID stats in Madagascar. Joe Biden wears Shelby diapers. We're getting Dating Channel stream tonight. Tuned in late. Yes, I'm gonna try to do one tonight just to talk some shit. It's gonna be a good time. An entire VMS drag pack costs a tad more than one weld Illuma star. Nice. How is the government gonna recognize manufacturers as leaving Cali? Fuck Joe Biden. I've seen a guy upgrade his Coils NA car today, and I wanted to call him out, but I just left it. Look, there's so many things I want to say to people on Instagram. There are guys on Instagram, dude, and you know these guys. Their car's like a 10-second car. Boosted or NA. Nothing special. And they think they made it. They think they're fucking George Clooney. They're at gas stations taking pictures of themselves like chicks take pictures of themselves. You know how chicks take pictures of themselves like this. The camera's this way, and they're like this. They're like, or they're like on their phone. They're like, and it's the captions like making moves. And I'm like, you're a bitch right now, bro. Women do that. If you got a 10-second car that you think you made it with a 10-second car, and you're taking pictures like women take pictures, not looking at the camera, like, look, I'm just stunting. You're not even getting gas. You're on the wrong side. You just like the lighting. That's what it's become. Clout. Look at me. I never go to the track. I never run shit. I maybe went once to the track, but I race all my slow friends. And fuck, let's go on Instagram because I made it. I'm fucking George Clooney. I'm going to get sponsored by somebody. Motherfucker, you ain't going to make no money on Instagram. There's no money on Instagram. You get sponsored by what? Bang energy drink? And they send you a case of Bang. Hey, here you go. Thanks for the clout. Drink these fucking Bangs. And you're like, cool. So when am I going to start making money? Never. What's that smell? Sasso. Never. There is no money in cloud chasing. There is money in providing a product. I am providing information and entertainment an hour a day, every day. That's the product. But if you're at a gas station like this, you know, making moves, you know, chasing greatness. Stupid. Get a fucking job. Get 2 jobs. If you got time to take pictures at gas stations with your bead-locked NA car with OTR and no hood and weld bead-locks and VMS fronts, get a second job. Get a second job. You got too much fucking free time. We're getting TDC too. Best Thanksgiving ever. Made 10-second cars pop. Hot on the wrong side for the light. Exactly. I'm like, why are you at a gas station? You're not even getting gas. For the lighting. I'm like, oh my God, you're gay. We're not going to talk about some of the old pics. You and the black car ran 10s. We want to go look at what I was doing? You want to go look what I was doing? Getting gas. I was actually giving gas, giving money to the station. And I said, oh, this car looks good while I was filling up. Was I in the photos? Was I in the photos looking down on my phone like I'm making fucking moves, Jared Wells? Stop it. Affirm approved and making moves. Caption: roll racers show off their smaller than stock P51 intakes that make 51 revisions to tune. That's the tuner's fault. That's not my fault. That's the tuner's fault. If the tuner can't tune it, that's his fault. Okay, buddy. Can't stand people who post their car every single day on Instagram. The sad part is the only thing that noticeably better than OEM coils is the fancy smart coils every ECU company has. So unless you're gonna do a standalone, the coil upgrade is actually a downgrade. I agree. Whoever has seen that dating channel, watch the last stream. Hilarious. You won't regret it. But Alex, taking those pictures in front of the gas station is still the part of the Mustang lifestyle. Thank you, Alex. As Mendoza's Coyote. People who post every day on Instagram need a second job. You need a second job. If you post every day on Instagram, 2 or 3 photos, gym selfies, like I've seen guys, and it's like the same guy with a different car. The same guy does gas station pictures, does gym selfies, does selfies himself. I'm like, dude, you need a second job, because I don't know what you're trying to accomplish by constantly putting yourself on social media. You're not a chick. Chicks do that to find themselves a good fucking man that makes good money so they can be on easy street. Why the fuck are you doing it, dude? You should be busting your ass working 2 to 3 jobs, establishing yourself. No, these motherfuckers are out there cloud chasing. Get the fuck out of here. The Heisman pose, duck faces are all that's on IG. Yeah, it's messed up, says Rich 50. If you post a video of you getting on a car, it gets less likes. Exactly. I posted videos. You see how many videos I post or pictures I post. They're very rare, and when they do, they get decent likes. You know, because there's something I think that's interesting. But you know, in the stories, I might post a dog, but you never see me trying to stunt at a gas station, at the gym, and I will fucking bury half these motherfuckers at the gym. But you don't see me fucking posing. That's for me, not for everyone else to look at. It's dumb shit. I don't know how people can stand using social media. I could never subject myself to that. I just think they want to be famous and popular. I think they want to be somebody, and that's fine. But if you're providing a entertainment or product, okay, I'll watch you. But if you're just providing yourself and you haven't taught me anything, you haven't shown me anything new, you're just showing me you in different lighting, I have unfriended or unfollowed so many people on Instagram. Anytime some of those fuck boys come up, they're gone from my life. Alex, happy Thanksgiving, says Salvador Cortez. I have a manual 20 GT with an MGW shifter. I'm trying to get a driver mod. What's a good way to practice? Honestly, I broke 6 T5s in a summer in my 86 GT practicing. So using it, beating it up, driving it like you hate it. That's how you practice. Alex, post a picture making moves. I did. I tried. On Instagram, I made fun of it, and it actually did well. Let me see. I did that before, just to see what it would do. Let me see. Let me go to my Instagram profile. Okay, so 1,700, 1,500, 6,900. So the Fairmont doing a burnout got 6,900 views, I guess. The truck 1,200, the trumpet intake not that much. Oh my god, electric scooters burning out got 7,000. The dumbest fucking video ever.
on, guys. Burnouts.
It sounds like ducks. That got 7,000. My Bustelo intake got 1,700. 11,800 was the 430 60 to 130 GT500 pass. 5,000, 11,000 was the Fairmont 60 to 130 pass. Not many people like that. 8,000 for what the fuck was 8,000?
Bro, I don't know what I stumbled across.
Oh, this Lincoln.
It's like finding a Loch Ness monster. This is a Lincoln limo. It's a Lincoln limo.
It's a Lincoln limo.
What the fuck is going on?
Dr. Clock?
What's he got up there? Lights?
A steering wheel.
Oh my god. Let me drive up, see if I can get a side shot of this. It's pretty badass. Just gotta take it all in.
He's out there. They're at 85. Look at that that unit.
Oh my fucking god. What is happening up here?
It had a non-functional...
This is Doc. This is Doc from Back to the Future. Oh my god.
Oh, fuck. See, that's what I post. You know? Tires, 1,600. 11,000. The GT500 taking off. Texas 2K. And we say bye-bye. Good time. I think that Cobra beat me, right? Because this thing was 1,000 IAQ. It actually went 837 at Texas 2K? Shit, that blows my mind. That makes me think the car might be fine. Let me see. I choloed out for 2,000. Where's the one of me literally dressed like, okay, Shelby Dave, 1,500, 2,000. This guy, 1,000. There was one of me like looking like a fucking total clown. Just as a test, and it actually did well. Let me see. No. Yeah, no. See, 1,100. No one cared. No. Damn, I thought Perdomo took a picture of me doing that shit. 42,000 was me talking shit on.
So believe it or not, guys.
Yeah.
People are having trouble. Listen to this. Roll racing automatics. That's right. People are telling me, you know, is there a way you can make the sport shift schedule so I can paddle, you know, a lot easier? And I tell them, what the fuck are you talking about? If you're going to roll race, let's say you're going to do a 60 roll in an automatic. I can't believe I'm doing this video. But let's say you're going to do a roll race in an automatic Mustang, okay, because I have my red car back finally. This is the best way to do it, okay? A lot of people complain that when you're going 140 and you paddle shift it double upshifts and it does some crazy shit. Well, we set the main schedule to be off of drive. So this is what you do. Put it in sport mode. You slow down to 60 and second gear with 315s is pretty ideal. Okay? And then 60 mile an hour, you floor it, and then you go like this. And let the drive shift schedule work.
Yeah.
So believe it or not,
I mean, whoa. Mind-blowing advice from Alex. I mean, these people cloud chasing blow my mind. $10 from Mike Trapani. Thank you very much. Them cabs though. No, them cabs are on point, bro. The shit you see in Florida. Alex, didn't you make a video of how girls take pictures with their cars? That was a long time ago. Skinny Alex made that video. The spider emblem. Hey everyone, happy Thanksgiving, Alex. We got okay. I'm overtime. I am overtime. I just recently watched the YOLO MGW install for a while ago. That shit's still funny and instructional at the same time. The guy who asked the roll racing question needs this video. Lex Luthor loves it. All right, guys, I'm gonna get out of here. I'm gonna do a dating channel tonight. Let's do it at 8:30. 8:30 is nice, so it can be done by 10 o'clock, and I can still go to sleep and have a regular schedule. So 8:30 today, that dating channel. You know where to go. You know where to be. You know where to do and what to hang out. And we'll talk a little shit. Nothing happened, but I got plenty of subject matter to talk about with the dating channel because I want to do it 2 to 3 times a week because that channel is growing nicely. All right, guys, thank you for joining me for the Thanksgiving edition of YDBT Daily. For those of you that watch the dating channel, I'll see you at 8:30, and the rest of you, I'll see you tomorrow, 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, YDBT Daily. Have a great rest of your Thanksgiving.